Namaskar everyone. I am Devanshu Singh and I welcome you all to this special podcast by SOA English Cafe in association with SOA Photography Club at the National Conference on Sustainability and Innovation in Healthcare in collaboration with KAHO. In this entire podcast series, we will be talking to experts, researchers, and professors about how healthcare can be more innovative, sustainable, and resilient. Today with us, we have Dr. Jyoti Ranjan Das, Dean of Student Welfare, Shiksha Anusandhan, Deemed to be University. Hello, sir. I warmly welcome you to this podcast series. How has been your experience in these 2 days of national conference?
It was really amazing because lots of speakers, professors, consultants, experts were delivering their experiences and thought in connection with the sustainability, particularly in the sector of health science.
So, talking about collaboration and talking to so many experts who have come here at the national conference, my first question would be related to governance and policy implementation, sir. So, sustainability policies are increasing globally, but implementation often remains a challenge. From an administrative perspective, what governance mechanisms are most critical to ensure that sustainability commitments translate into real action?
To make any activity effective or successful, we need to follow three important elements or components, what we call planning, implementation, and control. Unless and until we do have a very proper planning, strong planning, there is no blame to implementation as well as control. So, at the days of beginning, thinking process or thinking to do something new or innovative, we have to have a very strong planning. And that must be adhered to the environmental requirement. And in my own opinion, planning must be practical oriented. Otherwise, it will be just like a theory, there will be no implementation. So, you make such plans which can be implementable. I mean, practically possible to be implemented. As you all know, in SDG, that is Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 number item is your this sustainability in connection with the education part or whatever you call this health sector and all. I hope implementation needs lots of coherence, coordination, and correlation regarding all the groups, those who are associated, those who are connected, because for the final success.
True, sir. Talking about implementation, I think even people are involved. So, next question is quite connected to the first explanation that you gave, that it's about role of standards and accountability, sir.
Yes.
So, how can regulatory frameworks and certification systems help administrators ensure accountability and measurable progress in sustainability initiatives?
In general, if we see, there are a lot of certificating agencies or organizations. They have their own SOPs or they have standardized SOPs. If you think about this KAHO, that is consortium of accredited hospitals or health sector organizations, they have their own SOP. But how quickly you adopt the SOP and how easily you adopt the SOP. It is not only about forming SOP or determining SOP, unless and until it is easy to, what you can say, patient friendly, employee friendly, environment friendly, organization friendly, there is no meaning to it. So while you are preparing or determining or formulating SOP, you must have a look what is happening now, what is your aim. Otherwise, there will be a huge gap. The gap may be perceptual gap, the gap may be implementation gap, or the gap may be understanding gap. Unless and until you have these gaps, you have the bridges of these gaps, there is no point of determining this. I do admit, wherever you go, there is a SOP. Even our own university, we have lots of SOP. Unless and until it is properly implemented, there is no meaning to SOP.
True.
So you have to think about who are the workers or who are the employees or who are the officers engaged in the process of implementation, because decision is normally taken at the strategic level. I mean the top level management. Top level management must know whether our employee can do this or not. Other employee will be able to implement this or not. Suppose while we are formulating syllabus, we must think about the level of inputs those who are going to study the syllabus. It is not only the teacher who teaches. Sometimes it is the level or quality of input who really, involve themselves in percolating this or in taking things further. This way you can manage.
True, sir. So if the higher authorities are actually making those things get implemented, then it will work. So, but it actually even the students have to take notes of that thing. That just being the things being implemented, it does not work like that, right? Students should also take.
No, one way theoretically you can go, you can enforce, but unless and until the receivers, I mean all the receiver side, they must consider it as a responsibility. And it needs to have lots of sensitization programs, orientation programs, induction programs, that this is required for the future, we have to do it, otherwise we are doing something wrong for the future, and future will not leave us if we do this way you have to motivate people.
And so, if that is the case, then I would like to ask you that what kind of training and institutional capacity building is necessary for administrators to efficiently manage sustainability related policies and programs for the public?
You can have awareness program, you can have sensitization program, you can have orientation program, you can have programs among different local people to make them aware. What is, because public has always a very different role to make something significant or impactful. Unless and until you do have the support from the locality, it will be very, even planting a tree, donating blood, or saving resources, whether it is a mineral, natural, whatever, or saving water. You can go to some villages, you see some water, what you can say, taps are open, nobody is bothered, what is going on. You have also call the people, what is going on. This is not the way you can serve people in future. And this is what the simplest or basic way to restore, saving the future. That is what the greatest or simplest example of sustainability.
Thank you so much, sir, for that. I think the viewers will take notes for the future, and they will actually take the steps ahead to make a much sustainable environment in the future. So, guys, that was our Dean of Student Welfare of Shiksha Anusandhan Deemed to be University. I thank you all for watching this video. Stay tuned for the upcoming episodes. Thank you.